Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Deaton Wade, and I am someone who used to feel very uncomfortable sending invoices to people. And it wasn't because I didn't believe in my work. It was just because I felt that putting a price on the work that I was doing as a creative made it less noble, made it less pure, and made me less passionate about what it was that I was doing. And this is something that a lot of us creatives struggle with. The moment we're asked, what's your rate? We are mute. We are struggling to answer the question. Even though deep down in our minds, there's a certain price that we have in mind. But we end up not saying anything. And sometimes we say, anything is fine, or I'll just do it for free. But that shouldn't be the case. You see, the truth is, doing meaningful work doesn't mean you shouldn't get paid. In fact, the more meaningful the work is, the more sustainable it needs to be. And this is why you must place a price on that work that you're doing. It makes the work more valued by the people you're serving. Now, I remember that there was a time people would ask me, what's your rate? How much for this particular service? And I'll freeze. Yes, I'll freeze. Till today, I still struggle with that because I think maybe 3 weeks ago or last week, somebody asked me for the price of something and I froze. It took me a while to actually answer the person because the person kept calling back. So, how much for this particular service? And this is something that I'm still dealing with. Just getting to a point where I can really just put a price on the service that I am offering as a creative. And I know that there's so many of you out there that are struggling with this same thing. The moment you're asked, what's your rate? Or send your rate card, you freeze. And it's not that you're not good at what you're doing or you're doubting the skill that you have spent time developing. It's just that you feel, I can't place a price on this thing. You feel, would they actually pay for this particular service? And this is all a mindset. It all comes down to what you think about your work, what you think about yourself, what you think about the service that you're rendering, right? Now, the thing is, even if people are not paying for the particular work, right? Because I mean, you say you can't put a price on the work, they should be able to pay for the time that you will spend creating that work. They should be able to pay for the value that they will get as a result of that work. So think about it. You may not want them to pay for the work as it were, but think about the time and the value. You would realize that truly you need to put a price on that work. So how can you get to that point? I just want to share some things with you that would help you to realize that this is something that you must begin to do, because we've gotten to a point where those who are most talented are not getting as paid or as recognized as those who are averagely talented. So the first mindset shift that I want you to have is that purpose and profits can work together. The two can actually exist in the equation of the value that you're offering. If you're someone out there who's been delivering your skill, delivering services for free without getting paid, you need to get your mind to a point where you realize that purpose and profits can actually work together. Because the good thing this does for you is that it gets you to a point where you are running full, you're running excited, and you can, in the long run, keep delivering the work and the services as excellently as you have always done. Because if you keep giving out your skill, if you keep giving out your service for free, you'll get to a point where you are running on empty. You can't attend to bills, you can't attend to the other things that you need to attend to, and you're just weighed down, right? But if you begin to actually put a price on what you're doing, you'd realize soon enough that it helps you. It actually ignites the passion a bit more. It ignites the fire. Now, I'm not saying that money is everything. You must also realize that money is a tool. So for this first point, money is simply a tool that is helping you to maximize your purpose effectively. Now, the second thing I want you to understand is that people only value what they pay for. When people invest a lot of money into something, they will show up better. They would act better. I'll give an instance. Say you're someone who rents a hall and you've given people a frame of 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. You'd realize that they will get there early enough to start at 12 p.m. and finish all they have to do in that hall by 4 p.m. because they know that if they exceed that time frame of 4 p.m., they would have to pay some extra money. That's the same thing. Get yourself to a point where you realize that everybody you're serving will take you seriously when you place a value on what it is that you're offering them. The third thing is, you may not be the price, but your work needs the money. Your work needs the money. If you're a photographer, you need to get enough money to enhance and further develop the skill of photographing that you already have. Say, for instance, you're a communicator. That work of communicating to people needs to be developed, and you need money to develop that. Nobody is going to offer you a course that is valuable for free. Remember the second point. You need to be able to invest further in the skill or the service that you're offering. Your work needs the money. And this is another reason why you need to charge for the services that you're offering people. Because any purpose that doesn't have provision will burn out eventually. Your work needs to be developed. And for you to properly invest in that work, properly invest in that skill, properly invest in that gift, you need money as far as you are here on earth. No higher institution and no training ground or training course that is exceptional is going to be for free. You also need to invest in yourself, invest in your gift. And so you need the money to come in from people to further invest in books, invest in courses, and all of that, right? So these are the three things that I want you to realize, that purpose and profit can work together. Secondly, people would only value what they invest in, what they pay for. And then finally, you may not be the price. It may not be you that they're paying for. It's just your work and your gifts and your service that they're paying for so that you can further invest that skill, right? So this is just what I wanted to get you to understand, that when somebody should ask you, what's your rate? Do not be afraid. Put a price on it, right? Just put a price on it. Anything that comes to your mind, put a price on it and get them to pay for that service, get them to pay for the value that you're offering, right? So I hope that you begin to put into practice this that you've heard and go ahead and share it with somebody else who needs to hear this, who's also struggling with this challenge, because I know that there are a lot of people who are dealing with this issue, right? So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.